All right, good morning, traders. Little, little late this morning, but that's all right. I see the SPY is dumping off there. So VIXY, of course, is popping up. Very nice. See, I am swinging AEHL, but with the SPY dumping, I may have to get out of it. See, I'm down. See, at 325, I'm down 15 cents. We'll see. Let's see what's happening in the market. What's running today? That's nothing. Glory. Don't like that. SIMP. Some randos popping up. Oh, this is an NFT platform. I do like the daily chart though. It's pretty low float too. Oh, let me get in a 5 minute. I'm in a 15. There we go. So we just broke over pre-market high. Just trying to. Hop it in here real quick, see if I can get a scalp off of this. Where are we at? I'm in ZKIN, I was in ABVC. Oh yeah, okay, this is the NFT one. What did I get in at there? 467, okay. This is a triangle break, so it should continue to run here. Yeah, there it goes. Let's see if 475 can break down. Morning, Lightning Rick. Morning, Brian. Ooh. Don't like that. Getting pushed back down. VIX looking like, oh god, the VIX with the volatility running straight up. We got 2 minutes for this candle to close. We want to see it close above the top of the triangle there, so above 460. This is fighting a little bit. ABVC. This has got a little flaggy flag. See, where are we running into resistance at? 3. It does have some room up. Yep, now it's starting to crack out of there. HR was moving up. Alright, ZKIN It's maybe a fake out breakout here because it's getting back into the triangle. YVR. Well, oh, there goes Sam. There we go, starting to push back up. See if we can get back over 460. We've got pretty light volume on this so far. CT cat. God, what happened to this? Oh, I just ran out. I'm gonna put that on the watch list. That is quite a run. What is this? BLUW? It's pulled back a whole lot, but man. Wait, that's not the one I wanted. What was I just looking at? Where'd that go? There it is. BLUW. Look at that. Straight down 30 to 11. That's got to be getting oversold. Very low float. Okay, ZKIN starting to push back up. It looks good there. This is actually lower than what it started at. Or just about, anyway. Get this one little check. So there's a little support right across there. At that 1150 area, or 1125 area. I'm very interested in this. There you go, ZKIN. Keep going. Not seeing any bad news of why this. I'm not really seeing any news. I mean, there's some news on it, but nothing crazy. I'm just not seeing any reason why this would have ripped that hard and then sold off that hard. But the fact we have not had a green candle yet is wild. So that's why I'm waiting to see if this is going to find support here. Nice, Josie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is EKIN trying to push? Look at this. Look at all the selling. It's been non-stop selling since market open. Oh, there we go. ZKIN coming. There we go. Starting to pop on ZKIN a little bit. Let me actually add here. Yeah, I'm going to add in here. Now it looks like we are going to push up. I don't think 475 is going to be that big a deal. I mean, we just blew right through it there, but still is acting as some resistance. This thing looks like it's going to crack more. See, there we go. There we go, pushing for another new high. Can this thing get going? This is pretty low float. Good morning, Donnell. Look at that. Look how low that is. 1051. Man, I gotta take a shot on this. I'm going 10 shares on it. It's so low. There we go, ZKIN. Do your thing. Up to 490. Let's see if you can get that $5 break. And we're still hanging around out around this 480 area. Oh, look at there. We're finally getting a green candle. I'm gonna grab another 10 shares now. It's pushing back up. So I got 20 of them at 1177. Let's see how much it can bounce. Trying to get back above 12. What are you doing here? Don't come back down on me. BLUW pushing over 12. Trying to anyway. Ugh. Don't like this upper wick. What we got? A minute, 20 seconds on this candle to close. I do not like that. This thing is struggling to get up to 5. A lot of selling pressure. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, One Live. Ben, don't buy anything. Don't do it. I've already bought multiple things. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Alright, that was a decent close on ZKIN. Let's see if we can push back up to 5 now. And getting a little held up at 475 still. SPY still dumping, that's right. Come on, baby. Dumpy, dumpy, dump. You just keep it dumping. I have an inverse ticker. I've been in VIXY since, I don't know, 2 days ago, whatever. I don't even know what day it is today. Is today Wednesday or Thursday? It's Wednesday. No, it's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. So I bought it Tuesday. I got some shares in VIXY there. You know. Oh, come on now. Did I hit that bottom perfectly? Let's see. Let's see if this thing keeps popping up. If I hit that bottom perfectly, I'm going to go buy myself a sandwich. Maybe a cupcake. Maybe I'll even get a gold star sticker and I'll put it on my shirt. Come on, get through this 480 nonsense. Stop getting hung up there. We need to break through 5 and go on a nasty run. I want to see a nasty run. I missed the boat on a ride this morning. I have not even seen Ride on my scanners yet, so I'll check it out and see. My wife, she's all right. She's went to work like a champ this morning, but she's trying to get off early because she's still feeling real bad. So I may have to leave at any time during the stream, but she doesn't work that far away, so I won't stop the stream if it's anytime soon. I'll just run and grab her. We're supposed to hear today whether she's got COVID or not. I don't think it's COVID, but you know, COVID, you literally have 5,000 symptoms that they mark as symptoms of COVID. So, you know, you got a hangnail, it might be COVID. Got some extra earwax buildup, probably COVID. But thank you for asking. I appreciate everybody's concerns yesterday. I couldn't really communicate because of everything going on. Yeah. Don't like this. This is ugly. Bet. Yeah, a bit of a head and shoulders there on the 1 minute. So we need to see that downtrend break. Ooh, blue is all over the place. Blue W. So if it doesn't push up on this count, it needs to get over 1250 basically if it's going to keep running. I'll get you there at the moment. Okay, there we go. Okay, that looks much better on ZKIN. If I can, well, it did until it pushed back down, but we'll see. It could still break right at the top. At 460 should be plenty of resistance. ABVC still kind of going sideways. VIXY still running. Let's go. And Blue W gonna fail right here. Blue W might fail. Alright, ZKIN, what are you gonna do? What is the deal? How's the SPY looking? Oh yes, still dumping. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It is making it hard for anything trying to move back up. ZKIN is moving against the entire market right now. Blue W is not, but I'm looking for it to just get a pop back up to 15 or something. A little dead cat bounce. Whew. Sneezed my brain off. Oh, that was a little bit painful. No, she loves tea. She loves tea, so she'll be drinking up some tea. Blue W trying to push back up. Come on, give me that dead cat. Give me that dead Tom. Oh, pushing up to that 1225. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Some big buyers coming in here down at these lows. sell HEL. The market's dumping. See if it holds up 3 there or not. Oh, there goes Blue W up to 12.57. Come on, boy. Get on up, yeah. Yeah, that big sell-off. You know you gotta have some buying. You can't just go straight down for an hour. What is that? Come on, there we go. Come on, boy. Get on up there. Run a couple of dollars here. Give me a good little bouncy bounce. Oh, look at you, ZKIN. ZKIN breaking that downtrend. Now we might have a little bit left in it, too. I want to see this chart very closely. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's a nice little U-shape forming. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, yeah, nice little U-shape forming there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of HEL. With the market dropping, I'm not going to swing anything unless it's an inverse. So it looks like the market's finally coming down. See, where's that 200 day? The 200 is at 13.25. I'm just riding right up the 10 day on ZKIN at the moment. Now, if it can break 13.25, that 200 day, if it can get back above that, it's got room all the way up to 17. There's no resistance. Well, there's some at 13.96, but other than that, there's not really much resistance at all. Man, I don't know about ZKIN. It is really struggling. But we'll see. Looks like we're going to try to give 13 a test here. How's T-Cat doing? T-Cat. It is above all EMAs. Got some serious resistance at 15 though. Alright, retesting 475. Let's see if it gets through there pretty easily or not. Come on, boy. Got 40-ish seconds on this candle. Would like to see ZKIN close over 475. And I like to see Blue W close over 1250. You get both those closes. I feel pretty good about it. You gonna do anything here in the last couple of seconds? TKRN just fell asleep. There you go, guys. There you go. Now you're waking back up. And Blue W closing above 1250. Let's see if I can continue to run. Let's go, ZKIN. Let's push up to 5. Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, you're trying. I want to see a big $5 breakout. You don't care about this market. You don't care about everything being red. You want to be one of the little green boys that's in the midst of all this blood. Come on, ZKIN. Show me what you got. BLUW, are you going to sell off some more? Is that all the bounce you're going to give? Give it a few seconds and see. Some sellers at 485. Take them out. Take them out. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Market was good till I started streaming. Yeah. Don't you die on me. Don't you die on me, Blue W. You stay in there. What bombing at the airport? I haven't heard of any of this. I didn't watch anything yesterday. I was doing a lot of diving into the Cosmos ecosystem when I wasn't taking care of my wife. CKIM, man, you want this so bad. You know you want to break 5 and take off. Don't make me feel bad about it. Just do it. This is a beautiful triangle breakout. We've confirmed the breakout. So let's just do the thing. You know you want to do it. There's at 485. And we're pecking at it again. Get them out of here. We need some bids on 485. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Now let's see it push to $5. It's time. It's time for you to go, ZKIN. It's time to show the world that you're a beautiful butterfly. That's at least holding up on, yeah. That support seems to be holding where I bought at on BLUW, so I'll keep holding that boy for a little while. Come on, ZKIN, what are you doing? Why are you worried about this 485 area? You got bigger fish to fry at $5. You know you want to get up here. Cabal Airport got bombed twice. ISIS? Wait, what? I thought I thought it was Taliban. Now we got ISIS back too. What was this, a reunion of all the terrorist groups? Oh, there we go. It's a weird noise. I don't know if you guys heard that on the mic or what. It sounded like something fell out of a tree. I don't know. Squirrels have been dropping dead out of my trees. So I don't know what that means, but it's a sketchy sign. Whoa. Okay, Blue W back here down at this bottom support. I want to see that crack. All right, ZKIN. There we go. Come on, get on up to that 5. Break right through that 5. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is starting to dump more. Okay, 11 holding. Don't you stop at 494. Don't you even do it. Yeah, if they've got 3 different groups over there fighting and each other, then why the hell are we even over there? Why didn't we just let all 3 of them fight against each other? That'd make a lot more sense. Yeah, I know we've been allies of the Taliban before. That's why they hate us and say death to America, because we basically stabbed them in the back and threw them under the bus. Crazy world we live in. Crazy, crazy world. Yeah, we want to hold 475 as support. Well, that's pretty much a pipe dream for the Taliban. They'll never get a chance to go at Russia. And they better not go at Russia. That would be probably the end of the whole Middle East. I don't care about all that. It's all a joke. Like I said the other day when all this started, we've got drones. We could easily send those drones and wipe out every single one of them. They're just playing the game. Hey, Fat Boy Drizzy, thank you, sir. Glad to be back. Coming back to this ugly, ugly market. I'm gonna get a green candle there. Blue W back down again. I'm tempted to add. See, where's those? EMA's at, or where's the top of this candle? 1050. There you go, ZK. Come on. You're moving so slow, you're a low float. You shouldn't be moving this slow. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. $97 loss. You gotta be real cautious in this sketchy market we're in right now, especially with it finally starting to show some actual weakness on the charts. It's been a feel of weakness, but getting this little dump today so far. Thinking about adding, but I'm waiting. I want to wait and make sure this is not going to dump anymore. But it is pretty low. Come on, ZKIN, you can do it. Push back above 485. That's what we're running into. That's holding us down for now. If you draw your resistance line right across there, you can see where these candles hit, the bodies of these candles hit. So basically, we've got another triangle. This damn thing is moving in triangles, which is fine. It's upward moving triangles. Yeah, let them, let them work it out. That's what I say. Maybe they don't need a central government. If I was them, I would stop fighting each other and just say, hey, look, we ain't going to have a central government. We'll have representatives of each tribe meet for international and domestic policies. And then them just live free under their own, each little individual group living on their own, working together as one big unit. But you don't have to, just kind of like the states in the United States. Every state is like its own little country. No, that's what. No, definitely not with our gear or anything. We should have never been in the Middle East in the first place. That was an oil grab, oil and poppy grab. Because Afghanistan has the biggest poppy fields. Think about the timing. 9/11 happens. George Bush declares war on Afghanistan. We go over there, do some nonsense, and then all of a sudden, Big Pharma drops Oxycontin and Roxy's and all those opium-based medications. not too long after that and started a, opioid crisis in America. Like I've said many a times, I don't believe in coincidences. Just gotta follow the money. Alright, well, that's not good. This is breaking out of the... Well, let me redraw this triangle a little bit better and see. Actually, it is a triangle, but it's not a very pretty one. God, look at the selling still on this. Why is there so much selling on this? Seeing any news. They had a shelf registration and that's what's happening. Well, when most people need something, they go and trade for it. Like they have a transaction for it. Biden locked himself in the situation room. He's probably having a mental breakdown, man. He probably doesn't even remember pulling the troops out. He's probably in there like, what are they talking about? Corn Pop was a bad dude. Am I Corn Pop? I want some Corn Pops. Obama, save me. No, he's not saying all that. He can't form those type of sentences. Biden locked himself in the... I haven't seen any headlines or anything on that, but if that's true, if he's locked himself in the situation room, God, he don't have the mental fortitude to have a breakdown to begin with. Yeah, that's true. What probably happened was his lucky marble fell out of his pocket as he's walking by the situation room, and then it rolled in the situation room, and he went after it and accidentally closed the door behind him and didn't know he locked it. It probably has like I'm sure, a keypad with a pin, and he probably didn't know his pin, so he just stuck in there. He don't even care. He's just sitting on the floor playing with his lucky marble. Oh, what a world we live in. Check Instagram. Oh, did you send me the news headline? I want to see his news headline. CBS said he is monitoring cabal attacks in the situation room. Yeah, well, probably is his last one. He's probably just confused, man. Let's not knock him too hard. He's probably thinking, he probably doesn't know how to pronounce Kamala's name because nobody does. So he probably just calls her Ka. And then when he found out, he was having to monitor cabal, he thought, oh, Ka's got balls. She's one of them gender transes. I gotta monitor this situation. I gotta monitor Ka's balls. That was a stretch. I tried to make that joke work. It sounded a lot better in my head, but you get it. Yeah, I know. Monitoring himself equals lock himself. What's funny, he's probably in there monitoring whatever he's pretending to monitor, and then they probably have a baby monitor in the corner where Kamala and Nancy Pelosi are listening to him. Check the baby monitor. What's wrong? What's he doing now? He just keeps talking about how he wiped his butt. Oh no, they're gonna man, Kamala's vice president, man. If you go from rags to riches like that, she wasn't a politician all her life. I don't even know what she was doing before she was getting real comfy with that mayor in California. I don't know what her occupation was. Oh damn, I'm sitting here ignoring ZKIN yet, and it just dropped on me. Uh, hmm. She got vice president. She's probably out partying, man, having a good old time. Obama's partying. Obama had a big old party, big old party. It was a 3-day party, man. They had a 3-day rager. No, I'm talking about before she was a prosecutor. She just didn't become a prosecutor. She had to do something before that. Might have to get out of this if this doesn't hold up here. And this is looking bad. Cracking that trend line. See, I'm gonna give it a shot. See if it can pull back up here, but I'm probably gonna have to jump out. These stocks just not breaking resistance all week. It's been very few that have ran. The top gainer right now is whatever that nonsense is. Oh, that's an OTC stock. Yeah, there's nothing going on right now. ZKIM was the best shot, and it's cracked. The SPY must have cracked some more. Oh yeah, SPY is going down. Alright, well that's ruining that. Do we have some support that could hold up anywhere? If it can pull back above 450 before this candle closes, it might have a chance. Yeah, and you can see actually it's trying to do it right now. I thought it couldn't get worse than Hillary. Nah, you know what? Hillary's worse than Kamala. Kamala just bothers me because she just laughs weirdly at things that aren't funny. And it just freaks me out. She's like a weird Dr. Evil. Or Kamala. Kamala. Kamala Shamalama Ding Dong. I better stop. Isn't that like a microaggression? I'm gonna get flagged by YouTube for microaggressions. When I hear terms like that, like microaggressions, It just makes me think of going and like you're gonna go box a mouse. Like you're being aggressive against something very small. Like you got this mouse running around in your basement, and you come down the stairs and you're like, "All right, mouse, I'm about to get micro aggressive in here." Oh yeah, no, she should have never been VP. She should have never been VP. She was the most hated candidate out of all the Democratic candidates, and Joe Biden should have never been president. They should have they should have put Tulsi Gabbard as the first woman president. They should have had Tulsi run, but they don't like Tulsi because Tulsi doesn't do their shenanigans. Yeah. I know. I'm not. I don't need to get into all the political commentary stuff on Kamala. I know all her history and all that. It's the news does a good job of covering all that themselves. All right, Blue W is starting to come down too. I'm just gonna have to get out of everything. Yeah, that's dropping lower. I'm just gonna get out of it. I tried to get a bounce off of it. It did bounce a little, but just not as much as I thought it was. All right, ZKI, and this is your last chance. Let's see, the SPY definitely still in a downtrend, looking pretty ugly. Check the Qs. Qs downtrend as well. Where's my DIA? And the DIA is still in that downtrend. This is the first one that started showing weakness on these ETFs, so I'm really digging the DIA for that reason. Yeah, I promoted for Joe Jorgensen some. I didn't like some of her tweets towards the end of her campaign, but America just needs a government shrink. That's really all it is. Like, our biggest problem is the government, the people who are telling us that they can help us. We can help us if you just keep giving us your money and let us get bigger and bigger. It's like, nah, bruh. I ain't giving you no money. Stay out of my pockets. Shrink that thing. That government should be the size of a dentist office. I don't want to see it. We shouldn't have multiple giant buildings for our government. Oh no, yeah, I mean you're right. I mean I would have much rather had Joe over the two over Biden anyway. But it's all too late. It's all too late now. The government's had, the establishment government, they've had the power long enough now to where they've set everything into motion. Economy is not going to recover. Stock market is The stock market is on a. Basically, the stock market is like what was those movies with Jason Stamos and what's his name? Is his name Jason Stamos? Jason. It was like Rush or something, where he had like a his fart. It was not his fart. His heart would fail if he didn't get adrenaline. It'd always be going. That's what our stock market is right now. It's Jason make sure Stratham, Jason, yeah, that guy, whatever his damn name is, the new Bruce Willis. That's what I call him. That's who he is to me. He's the new Bruce. That's what our economy's like, or our stock market's like. Well, in our economy too. It needs every little pump of adrenaline it can get. Crank. Yeah, there you go, Josie. That was the name. Yeah, high voltage, I think, was the second one. I think the first one was crank and then crank high voltage. Oh yeah, yeah. No, this is what I've been talking about for a while. All the establishment, it goes back before America. I mean, who the people in control of our country are old British money, the British tea company. That company didn't disappear, just because of whatever. That company just changed to other names and corporations and stuff. So yeah, the problems run deep. It's not a lot of people think the problems with the economy started with COVID. No, no, not even close. COVID just exposed a lot of what the shenanigans that they were doing. But yeah, it goes back further. Like the real screwy shenanigans started in 1971 when Nixon took the gold standard off, or the dollar off the gold standard during an episode of Bonanza, as Robert Kiyosaki says. He said it happened during an episode of Bonanza, which is really funny. But yeah, this looks like this is gonna crack here. Got a little indecision with this following red bear candle. Trying to give it half a second to hold up. But then it goes back even further than that. It's just their plans really didn't get enacted till the start of 1971. But yeah, it's all old money. Rothschilds, all that. It was funny. The other day, I sometimes get in little Facebook education sessions with people. Oh yeah, I'm getting out of this. Looks like it's gonna crack more. So this I should have locked in, and it would at least been like 30 cents a share. Yeah, there comes the crack. But just ugly, ugly market today. So I'm out of everything now except for VIXY. That's it. That's all I'm holding. And I may add to it here. Let's see. I'll take. Oh, I meant to put 5. I put 6. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like not having an even number for my brain. There we go. Oh no, what did I do? What am I doing? What what did I just do? I sold for what did I so okay. That was that was interesting. It's an interesting transaction I just made. All right, well, I didn't lose any money. I made like a dollar or something on that little transaction. But all right, let me just give my other 8 shares. Oh, now I don't have enough money. Damn it. Well, there. Now I have 15. Can't believe I just hit the sell button. See, y'all got me talking about all this crazy stuff. Blaming it on y'all. No, I'm just kidding. That was my own dumbness. Let's see, is there anything going on? This is sad and pathetic. Sad, pathetic market. Top NASDAQ gainer list. It's nothing really. Yeah. You got that's been slowly moving up. No news. It's not anything I would have traded. Oh, there's Ride. Yeah, Ride had a big rip in pre-market. That's what you were talking about, Josie, but cracked down now. All right, well. I ain't seeing nothing. Nice. Gold standard ended under FDR. Ah, thank you, One Life. I appreciate that. That was nice of you. I'm pretty sure it was Nixon. I could be wrong. Oh, was it? I think FDR did it for a short amount of time in 1933 because they did during that time. That was right around the Great Depression. That's when they were confiscating gold from people's houses. But the actual being able to switch the dollars out, especially with other governments, for gold, that did not get removed until 1971. Whatever happened in 1933 wasn't. Well, it could have been part of the whole big thing, but that was not the significant one. Yeah, you got to dive into it deeper than that. It's more than just FDR took it off in 1933. Yeah, so he kind of so FDR kind of took it off, but Nixon is the one who made it to where you can no longer convert dollars to gold at a fixed value, completely abandoning the gold standard. See, as individuals, we couldn't own gold um, before for a while. There it was like 40 years or something where we couldn't own gold at all, but the dollar still, other countries could exchange it for gold. Exactly. There you go, Lauren. But what Nixon did made it to where there was nothing tied to the dollar at all. There was still gold was still tied to the dollar, uh, and that's when they completely removed it. That's when we started seeing inflation and these crazy plans everybody's trying to do. Yes, look at that ZKIN. Glad I got out of there. Big drop off. Blue W continuing to sell off. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else. But basically, it doesn't matter who did it or any of that. What matters is understanding why it's so important. Uh, it's very important because without the dollar being backed by anything, they can just make as much of it as they want, which causes the high inflation which we have now. Bacon is expensive, keeps going up. That's because those dollars are purchasing less things. It's not that necessarily that prices are going up. It's just that your dollars are buying less and less. Inflation is a tax. A lot of people don't know that, but inflation is a tax and the worst tax that you can possibly have, because when we have high inflation, the government taxes don't change, the federal taxes and state taxes. So if we're still paying taxes, but our dollars are paying less value of the taxes, and we're paying the same amount, and inflation is causing us to buy or causing our purchasing power to go down, we're getting squeezed on both sides from the government. Inflation, tax, and regular taxes. That's why when people say we need to raise taxes more to do all this and do all that, it's like, you're out of your mind, because we already pay a ton of taxes. Nobody incorporates inflation taxes into it. Exactly. Yeah, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, Germany, even Rome took on some dumb monetary policies towards the end, but that's what happens. And you gotta think about right now who all has been in office, who all has been in power. None of these people in power worked at a McDonald's or worked at a Walmart or were construction workers or any of that. Biden's literally been in office for however long, and a lot of them are trust fund babies. They've never worked a day in their life. And that's why they don't know anything. They don't understand economics. They get these big blanket ideas like, oh, we can fix everything if we just throw this blanket policy out there, and then it just fails miserably. Because you can't put a blanket policy, right? The U.S. is not flat. So how are you going to put a blanket policy on something that's not flat? You got mountains and ridges and all types of stuff. And you may be thinking, well, what does the mountains and the ridges have to do with all that? Everything, because it's geopolitics. Resources. It's the same thing as like California right now. It costs $1 million for a 3-bed, 2-bath house. And then if you go to Kentucky right now, the same house, same square footage, all of that is like $180,000. But the government likes to do these blanket policies. Makes no sense whatsoever. But it's all coming to a head. That's the thing. Thank you for your service, Lord. I didn't know you were in the military. Yeah, location, exactly. Exactly. But like I said, it's all too late. There's no way at this point that they can turn this ship around. Not with what they're doing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like California it's like taxes are not meant to be. Taxes shouldn't take no more than 10% of your income at most. And that's me being generous. It's up to me. There'd only be one tax. It'd be one flat tax. Because I don't know why I have to pay taxes on my property. It's my property. Why the government gets to have money every year because I own a property is a bunch of BS. We get taxed on every single thing we buy and sell, which is BS. We shouldn't be taxed on every single thing. If I want to go buy a candy bar, it's none of the government's business. They shouldn't get 15 cents off the candy bar I bought. We get taxed for other people's stuff. You know, I'm not on Medicare or Medicaid, but that comes out of, you know, that when I pay taxes, I'm an independent business. I have to pay Medicare and Medicaid for some reason. I also have to pay both the employee taxes, the taxes that come out of employees' paychecks, and I have to pay employer taxes, employee payroll taxes. Even though I am the only employee technically. So most people who work a 9 to 5, they pay 7.5% in taxes out of their paycheck, and their employer pays the other 7.5%. Well, because I'm an independent small business, I have to pay the full 15% just to have a business. It's insane. Hey, I do pay in crypto, you know. Get you some of that secret thing. What's it called? There's a crypto called Secret Network or something like that. It's completely private. It's on the not Osmosis, but Cosmos network. Now, if you're a gold and silver investor like me and you like to go buy physical gold and silver, here's a tip for you. If you're going to your local coin store, bullion store, take cash. Because if you don't take cash and you try to pay with a debit card or a credit card or any of that, depending on your state, the taxes will be ridiculous. In Wisconsin, if you try to buy gold or silver with a credit card, it's like a 25% tax. Like, what? Like, that's my stuff I'm buying. You know? Like, why are you taxing me that much? Because they don't want you to have it. Yeah, you gotta be careful with pawn shops. I'm not a big fan of pawn shops, man. There's a lot of skeevy pawn shop owners that be trying to hoodoo people. I'd rather go to an actual licensed bullion store, and if you ask a pawn shop if they're gonna buy, if you buy, say they got a coin, and you go, hey, if I come back and sell this coin to you in an hour, are you going to sell it to me? Or are you going to buy it for spot price? They're going to tell you nah. More than likely. They're going to try to get it cheaper than spot price. Whereas if you buy it at a bullion store, they should buy it back at spot price. But yeah, that's a good thing to always ask. Whether you're looking at a pawn shop or looking at a bullion or a collectible coin store, always ask them before you buy the silver or gold. Say, hey, if I buy this now and I come back in an hour, will you buy this at spot price? Yeah. Yeah, the gold, let's take a look at well, no, I'm not. I mean, I have insurance. I have insurance on my house that covers anything within my house up to, um, I think it's like $800,000 or something like that. I have some crazy policy. The house isn't. I don't know. I don't want to say too much online, but any of my I mean, if you're already paying home insurance and you got insurance in there for your stuff, well, your gold and silver can be covered under that. It doesn't have to necessarily be specifically covered. All you got to do is just say, hey, I had this much value that burnt down or whatever, which even if your house was to burn down, the gold and silver is not going to go anywhere. It would just melt and just stick to whatever was closest to it. So you might have a gold and silver unicorn if you have like a plastic unicorn or something near it. But that's insurance I'm paying for anyway because I have to. But like, what is your concern with holding physical silver and gold? Somebody comes in and tries to rob you for it and you've got a bunch of it. They got to drag it out in a pillow sack, which is what they'd have to do with me. First they got to get through Sam and Jackson. And Sam and Jackson, they're named Sam Jackson for a reason. So there's pros and cons. I get what you're saying, Lauren. I get exactly what you're saying. But I'm just going to say loopholes. Um, Here's the thing though. Do you trust the insurance companies not to turn over your ledger of gold or silver to the government? What if the government starts re taking gold and silver like they did back in the day? What if they come confiscating it from your house, and because you had a record on insurance of exactly how much gold and silver you had. Well, now they know exactly how much gold and silver to come take from your ass. So, no, I'm not disagreeing with you, Lord. It, there's things, there's things that I can't necessarily say with what we're talking about on public in public channel, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, do you want to have a record that the government can get and be insured, or do you want to be like insurance is nothing but, hey, you pay some money and we'll promise to pay for some stuff if something happens to it. Well, what if something never happens to it? You know, it's gold and silver. What is going to happen? Like I said, if the house melts down, the gold and silver will still be there. If somebody breaks in your house and you don't have two dogs, you get some dogs. But even if somebody was to break in my house and try to find my gold and silver, they would probably get tired of searching after the first two or three little stashes they found and just call it a day. No, I didn't say that at all, One Life. Don't try to read between the lines because it's a little bit more trickier than a clear answer as you're asking for. The point is, it's up to you. If you want to insure your gold and silver, that's up to you. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying I don't want to do it specifically for the gold and silver. I don't want the government knowing how much gold and silver I got, just like I don't want them knowing how much cryptocurrencies I got. Because if they come down and try to start taking that, I don't want them to know exactly how much it is. So if they do take some, guess what? I have some stored somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, see, Lauren, you're good. There you go. There you go. See, Lauren, exactly right there. So you trusted the insurance company, you got screwed over by the insurance company, so now you've taken and you're giving yourself your own insurance. It's such a mental it's such a mental brainwash that they did on us with insurance companies. We need insurance companies for everything. Like, insurance companies are the biggest scam, the biggest moneymaker that there is, because there's literally no services. All you do is pay an insurance company, and maybe you're one out of the millions of people who pay it in who have to actually get a settlement. They don't care about paying out that settlement. They usually are pretty strenuous and sticky with the money. They don't always want to come off of it during those settlements. So to me, it's like, I don't like insurance companies. I don't trust them. So, and like I said, I don't trust the government. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. The money you pay an insurance company, why don't you just hold it and invest it? And then if you need it when something happens, you have it instead of the insurance company. Yeah, like, because that's what they're doing. They're taking your money that you're paying them for a promise later in the future, and they're going and investing it and making more money off of your money. That's all they're doing. And you guys are all traders and investors. Why pay them all that money when you could do it yourself? Exactly. Insurance companies and casinos don't lose money. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a real quick break here. Market's still looking pretty ugly. I mean, ZKN's done. Everything looks done. But if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, we'll give the stream about 15, 20 more minutes here. And then I'm going to call it a day. This market is just rough. I'll be right back. Um, yeah, so I will try to get my survival guide for a broken economy out. Um, it's really speculative this time. I mean, gold and silver, especially gold, has always been money, and in the long term, it goes up. And that's because of the inflation of the U.S. dollar and all the other currencies inflating. But no matter where you go in the world, if you have gold or silver, especially if you go to a second or third world country, you will be able to spend it. People will take it. They will take it. The thing is, though, is the crypto market now. The crypto market has only been around 10 years, and honestly, it's still not even that popular. It's like 10% of the population using it. But decentralized currency is actually the answer to the whole world's problems right now with all these central governments with their overreach and overpower. That's the only way we're going to be able to take the power back as people. So there's multiple options in a broken economy. But gold and silver is not about getting rich. They're more about wealth preservation. Cryptos can be used for wealth preservation, can be used for very high interest staking or providing liquidity to pools. I mean, all the stuff that our society, the banks and the insurance companies and all of that, they're all controlled, by a very small amount of people. Well, there are plenty of decentralized projects coming through blockchain, including insurance companies, where anybody can put in to the project. So, like, there's an insurance one that's almost active. It may be active, but you would be able to put as much, like if you say you own, just to keep things simple, let's say you own 1 Bitcoin and you go to this insurance project, this decentralized insurance project, you could put your Bitcoin up in the liquidity for the insurance, and then you will get part of the insurance payments from everybody who are taking out insurance plans. So it gives everybody a chance to be a part of these type of things where you can make money. They even, the DeFi lending and loans, that's already here. You can provide liquidity to DeFi, which is this decentralized finance projects, and get paid for doing that. You can lend out your Bitcoin directly to another person if you want. You can do your own smart contracts. So cryptos are a huge factor when it comes to where we're at this point in history, because never before have we had something like blockchain technology and the ability to disrupt the entire way of life that we have had for the last 100 years. And it doesn't disrupt in a bad way, it disrupts in a fantastic way that would actually make all of us better off. It even make the environment better off, because there's a lot of environment conscious projects. I mean, blockchain is the answer to all our problems. So in the short term, will cryptos come down with the stock market and the economy? Possibly. Or will they keep going up? That's possible too, because we're in inflation and those can be considered assets. You also have real estate. Real estate, to me, is probably the best hedge and investment against a downturned economy, especially if you have fixed rates. If you get a 30-year fixed rate on a duplex or a triplex, something like that, and you're renting it out, well, you're not paying any money on that triplex. You're using somebody else's money to buy it, and it's a fixed interest rate. So even though inflation goes up, you're still paying the same amount of interest, which means you're paying back less valuable dollars than what you originally borrowed. Like if you borrowed $150,000 last year to buy a house when inflation was at 3%, and now inflation is at 6%, well, you're actually paying back that mortgage right now with less valuable dollars than what you actually borrowed. So when you do that with a triplex or duplex or something like that, something that cash flows every month, where you have nothing in it and it's cash flowing, that is a good, strong, solid investment. And real estate's, it does drop like everything else. I mean, everything else goes up and down, but real estate over the long term as long as the population continues to grow, it's going to get more and more in demand. You're going to have way more demand for real estate. It's already happening right now. That's another thing that makes it really hard to judge what is going to be the best course of action during this economic downturn we're going to have. But real estate is definitely a good one. Like right now, though, prices are so high, you got to really find a good deal. So it's not worth it really to buy a lot of properties at the moment unless you want to pay overpriced. So yeah, I know they continue to throw regulations. Japan's trying to uh, throw in regulations, but that's the thing. The government can't regulate something that's decentralized. That's why it's decentralized. They can try, but it doesn't matter. Uh, Now, also, back to the insurance thing. In a deflationary situation, there is an insurance policy that some insurance companies offer called a cash policy, and your whole payment just doesn't go to them. Instead, what they do is they take part of your payment and they put it in an account that gains interest, and you can access that cash from your insurance company. Basically, they give you a line of credit against the cash in your insurance cash account, and then that way the money is still there to pay your insurance, but you're able to pull from that cash and use it. But it's a very small interest rate on most of those cash out policies. It's like 1 to 2%. So right now with heavy inflation, it doesn't make any sense to do that. If there wasn't any inflation, that would be a great insurance policy thing to use, because then you're insured, you can pull cash, and you're gaining money, interest on your money. So, yeah, there is no good deals, right? Well, that's not necessarily true, Tony. It depends on your real estate market. This is one of those times, it doesn't happen very often, but this is one of those times where the real estate market is literally different in every single neighborhood. Like, you're going to find places where property taxes are still very cheap, and you might be able to get a good deal on something that just needs to be renovated, because that's the ultimate goal. If you're trying to be a real estate investor, you want to find something that needs to be renovated. You don't want to have any major problems, just cosmetic renovations, easy renovations, stuff that you can add value, like updating the kitchen, updating the bathrooms. Those are going to add equity into the property. And then you can go and refinance that property, pull out all the extra equity that you added into it. And usually when you add that equity, it's more money than you actually put into it. And then rent that property out, so you get cash back out of the property. The whole mortgage is getting paid for by a tenant, so then you can go and take that cash that you pulled out and go buy another property and do it again. Like the best thing you can do at all, period, no matter what is going on in the economy or anything, the best thing you can do is have multiple streams of income, multiple cash flowing assets. You don't want any assets that are costing you money. So if you've got 3 cars, those are going to cost you money. If you got gasoline cars, those are going to cost you money, especially with inflation and especially with this administration, with everything they're trying to do. That's why I switched to electric. I had 2 cars. Both of them were gas. I got rid of both of them and got 1 electric car. And I'm saving a ton of money right now. I don't care what gas is. I could give a shit less what gas is. So that's a great feeling. That's a freedom right there. Not having to go to a gas station and not being chained to the prices of oil. But that's whether the government forces the market to go electric or not, the market was already going electric. So I just decided to just do it early, and I'm glad I did. Like, I really am. Like, I hate the way my ugly little Nissan Leaf looks, but I don't have to get oil changes. I don't have to pay for gas. I don't have to hardly deal with anything, no leaks. It's a beautiful thing. It saves you so much money. It barely runs your electric up at all. Like the Nissan Leaf, you can just plug into a 110 outlet. So any outlet you can plug it right into, and it takes it a while to charge. You know, I charge mine overnight every day. But it's things like that. Like the best thing you can do is position yourself for the downturn. So I'm diversified. I've got gold, I've got silver, I got platinum. That's 3 different metals. Gold and silver run a little bit different from each other. Platinum runs different from those. And then I've got multiple different cryptos. Like right now, I'm staking persistence. I'm staking, which persistence is 35% interest APR for staking. I'm staking Akash, which is 43%, I think. I'm staking Cosmos Atom, which is only 10%. But if you stake directly with Cosmos, anytime a new project comes out, there's a chance that they'll do an airdrop, and you will get some free coins from a new project. Persistence did that, and Persistence was like 60 cents. Persistence is now $10. So even though you're getting 10% for staking Atom, the benefits of staking Atom can be really good too. I'm also staking StormX. I've got Cardano, Lunaterra, Bitcoin, all gaining interest for holding them in Voyager. I'm not even staking those. I just gain interest on those. And all those crypto projects are different projects with different purposes. They're all not the same investment. And then, of course, I got real estate. So, and then I have cash. I have cash ready. I don't like keeping a lot of cash, but, I keep it in my day trade account for whatever. If, everything does drop and the US dollar doesn't go to zero, then I'll have some cash that I can buy some other stuff. If it does look like my US dollars are going to start going down and down, then I'll just convert that cash into something else that's not. With the Nissan Leaf, I can go about 160, 200 miles, which I live right outside of Milwaukee. So, I can go to the other side of Milwaukee and back with 30, 40 miles. Yeah, oil is gonna go crazy, more than likely. Let's pull up TradingView and look at some of the stuff going on. But yeah, there's a lot, and that's what I talk about in that video. It's not so much about what you can buy or do to save yourself. It's more about changing your mind state to understand what is happening with inflation, with taxes, with the currency, with all that. It's a mind state, and then when you have the right mind state, you can position yourself in where you think the best is going to be. And now that I'm seeing the stock market looking pretty weak, and I said probably a couple of weeks ago, when the SPY hit 450, that would be when I would expect a pretty decent sized pullback. And that's why you see me getting in VIXY right now. I'm not holding any other stocks. I've cut all my swings, and now I'm holding and building positions on VIXY, because if the stock market crashes, that's an inverse ETF. It will go up in price. So it's a hedge against the market crashing as well. Your friend has a plug-in Prius that only goes 25 miles? That's ridiculous. See, that's not worth it. That's not worth it to have a car that only goes 25 miles on a charge. That's just stupid. Now Tesla, they've got the Teslas go 300 to 400 miles, and the Nissan Leaf you can upgrade to a higher battery that'll go 300 miles. But I didn't need it, so I just didn't do it. But let's see. Let's take a look at some of these indexes. I know cryptos are a little down right now, a little minor pullback. Could be a big pullback, but they're holding. Yeah, Bitcoin's at 46,000. Strong support at 45,000. So, I mean, cryptos have been running very nicely, and they're not going anywhere. So, I could care less about what anybody says. I've done my research on cryptocurrencies. Well, not all of it, because you're never ever going to learn everything you can, because there's so many projects and so many coming out. But I've done the research that I need to know the value of these things. But let's check these indexes and futures. So, let's see the US dollar trying to push back up, but you can just see just pushing down. It's got a bit of a double bottom there. It may try to break up back to these previous highs, depending on people's confidence. But you see the dollar's pushing up, gold's going down, silver's going down. But silver's at that bottom of the channel, so that's fine. Gold is in a big triangle consolidation. More than likely, this will break out, and I would say it's hard to say with gold when it's going to reach 2,000. I definitely think it's going to at some point. I think it'll actually be worth more than 2,000. But like I said, with the cryptos and the uncertainty, we're just seeing it across all markets. There's just so much uncertainty. And the stakes are bigger this time with the government and the economy. This could be a lot bigger crash. We've got the new crypto market intertwined. So there's just a lot of things up in the air this time around for this downturn. I mean, you look at the SPY, though. Good God, that's just ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, just straight up nonsense. Like, it's going to come down at some point. And it's got a ways to go when it comes down. Yeah, so oil bouncing right off the 200-day moving average, pushing back up. Just from a technical analysis standpoint, I would say you'll see a bounce. Yeah, it's just testing. Oil's just testing this $70 area. Tested back through here. It was support through here and testing right here recently, and now bouncing and pushing back up. So I would probably expect oil back over 70 by next week. Now today our dollars are strengthening against all these other currencies, but not barely at all. Oh, SPY did pop up a little bit. Where's it's coming back down again though. VIXY is at 21.96. Okay. Oh, nice. You sold your big stake in VU. What was VU? That's a oil. Was that an oil ETF? Let's see. Oh no, I'm about to sneeze my brain out again. Ah, don't do it. Don't do it. Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Can't even see what it's weighted by. Well, I don't blame you. Like I've said before, I'm not a fan of ETFs except the inverse ETFs. Like, I'd rather make my own basket of stocks. There's so many different ETFs too, but I like to see what they're weighted by, and this one's not showing any of the weight. Whereas if you go to the SPY and you analyze it, you can at least see the top holdings, but not on VU for some reason. You can't sit on the Qs either. You might have to actually go and find their actual ETFs on their websites. I know DIA has it. Yeah, there's DIA's holdings. VIX is up 4%. We have volatility. VIX coming back down. VIX ran from 1743 up to 1930, dropped back down to 1753. Crazy. What's some of the news? Let's read some of the news headlines. Let's see how mad I get at news headlines before I stop reading them. And we're going to do it on the SPY, because SPY always has the most exciting headlines. Let's see here. What do we got? So, European markets open lower. German consumer confidence number lower than expected. Yeah, no kidding. Increasing concerns over Delta variant. Oh, hold on just a second, guys. Alright, so I gotta go get my wife in a minute. She's getting off work early. Let me see real quick, read through the rest of these job claims. Jobless claims were higher versus the prior. That's not good. GDP is a joke. Okay. Now I'm gonna get pissed. You ready? Right here. Fed's Bullard says Delta variant will peak at some point. He is in the Federal Reserve. They are not doctors. They are not scientists. They are economists. So why anybody would listen to what Bullard has to say about the Delta variant is ridiculous. Explosion at Kabul airport. Yeah, that's what Warren was talking about. 3 U.S. troops wounded in suicide bombing outside Kabul airport. Oh, that's great. We got people dying over there now. What a fantastic way to... 13 killed, including children. Oh, very nice. So they're just letting it go all out. Russian Foreign Ministry said suicide. Okay, whatever. South Korea Central Bank raises benchmark rate first time in nearly 10 years. Now that is interesting. That is what every country should be doing, should have already been doing. We should have been raising interest rates. So, seeing South Korea doing actually what needs to be done, I might move to South Korea. Capitol Police officers sue Trump and allies over election lies. What? You can just sue people for whatever now. And then the U.S., and this just came out, indices are trading lower as traders await signs of Fed tapering policy. So Feds may be announcing they're going to taper. South Korea doing it already. That may be a good sign. Yeah, hold on to your buttholes. We're probably about to see this big correction I've been talking about the past year and a half. We'll see. We're getting closer and closer. But all right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. We'll be back tomorrow. Should be back on time. Should be back good to go. Be working on some more content for you guys last night. Hopefully you enjoyed the last rip and the new swing scanner that Hal created. Looks like a pretty good scanner. But yeah, appreciate everybody joining me as always. Appreciate everybody's concerns and all the love you guys gave me over the last day with everything going on. Stay safe out there. Until next time.